Hey everybody, this is Ronald, and I did not intend for this to be a 2-video release day. Okay, so One Page Rules put out a pretty big rule release today, and I want to walk you through it just a little bit. Imagine you have a unit that you're like charging towards the enemy, and you've got an enemy up close. Well, in One Page Rules, you really decide to get to two things. Are you going to shoot at them, or are you going to melee combat them? Well, with the update in 3.3 to One Page Rules, the idea was if you were 6 inches away, if you halved your movement, because most every unit can charge up to 12. So let's say the movement is 12, you bring it down to 6 inches. It's just at 6 inches. Well, if it's that, why not both? They added an assault rule. And the assault rule was that units may shoot at the target of their charge before moving. But if they do, they get a -1 to hit when shooting and striking, and half their movement. So really, this unit here of Human Defense Force, they're quality 5, right? So they would, if they charged in, they would shoot on 6s and hit on 6s. Let's be real, it's probably not super advantageous to do that, but there were lots of units to where that was something that was a good idea for them to do because their quality was, let's say, 3+. If it's a 3+, it might be well worth charging into your the enemy unit, shooting on 4-up and hitting on 4-up because you get a lot more opportunity to do some real damage. In fact, in my battle report that's going to release tomorrow, the Dark Brother Destroyers do that. They assault more than once. Let's say then also you have a unit, and that unit, I don't know, takes some, let's say, heavy fire. After that heavy fire, if it is taken down to half, well then it's going to be shaken, meaning it gets a -1 to quality and defense rolls, halves its movement, and can't seize objectives. Shaken units can spend 1 full activation to stop being shaken. Well, here's what One Page Rules had to say about their update today. So patch notes. Hi everyone. As announced in the previous patch notes, and as usual whenever we make quarterly updates, today we're releasing 3.3.1 as an update to the rules we posted recently. The update's going to be a bit different, as we don't usually like to make drastic changes in a short time, but we want to address the new assault and shaken rules as soon as possible to bring things back to a more stable place. With this release, we're also providing print-friendly versions of all the core rules and beginner guides for those that like to print. And there's some other small changes to the rules and armies as well, putting in patch notes at the bottom. So here's what they changed. After much deliberation, we've decided to move some of the recent changes to the advanced rules, where we think they probably always should have been in the first place. Whilst the new assault and shaken rules can be interesting, they add too much complexity to the core of the game, which we want to keep as simple as possible. So here is the quick version then. What they're doing is they are changing and putting into the regular core rules, just the normal rules, that assault will only happen when you want to use it. Right, so One Page Rules has advanced rules and core rules. The core rules are the free ones that you get. Whenever you go to their website, onepagerules.com, and download the rules, you get the core rules. The advanced rules you would get if you subscribe to their Patreon. And that's something I suggest you should do. It's a lot of fun. I get a ton of models every single month for them. They don't even sponsor me. I'm just letting you know I like them. And so what they're doing now is they're moving assault from the core basic rules into the advanced rules. If you want to make OPR or One Page Rules a little bit more intense, you can do that. But they're all making a notable exception. The only thing that is remaining in the core rules is that in skirmish games, units are still shaken instead of being stunned, because that's another change that they're making. They had made a really big change to shaken as well, and once a unit failed a morale test, they could actually move and shoot, but it was at a disadvantage. Now they're going to take that and they're going to move that rule to skirmish games. And they're going to use that there. Again, it's going to be still available for you to play in the advanced rules, but not in the core free rules that you get. And this is what they say. We know that for some players it will be sad to see such new options to be removed from the core rules after so little time. But those rules are in no way completely gone, and you can still enjoy them via the advanced rules. We hope this is a compromise that can satisfy as many players as possible, and we will keep tweaking the rules in the future. This is hopefully going to be the last hotfix to the rules until the next quarterly update. We're not planning on doing any major changes to the games again for a while. You can expect us to keep tweaking armies as well as rules wording. We're not planning to change the core rules anymore for now. So there you go. One Page Rules is making a pretty big change after making a pretty big change. What do you think about that? Have you tried One Page Rules in Grimdark Future? Did you get in a couple games with the advanced rules with Shaken and with Assault? Did you enjoy that? Is it something you're going to keep playing when you play the game? Because the great news is One Page Rules, you can play as you want. You can play with the advanced rules, you can play with the core rules. It really is up to you. Let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear your opinion. And as always, thanks so much for watching this video. Please do me a favor, like and subscribe. I'm looking forward to releasing a battle report tomorrow of War Disciples versus the Dark Brothers. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll see you tomorrow.